Good evening, folks. I'm Avery Erickson here with Mikhail Vimola. The Barrington Broncos host Dundee-Crown Chargers in a rematch of last year's regional semifinals, where Barrington won 58-44. The Broncos are coming off a win at Elk Grove, whereas Dundee-Crown's coming off a loss at Prairie Ridge. This Broncos squad has been super hot, winning their last 9 out of 10 games. Mikhail, can you tell me a little bit about this Broncos success recently?
Yeah, so Broncos are 18-7 right now, 7-3 in the MSL West. As you said, they're coming off of a win, 73-46, a big win. Danny Shackleton, a transfer from Elgin Academy, big game, 17 points, and star player Oliver Gray had 16 points. Coach Tucker earned his 300th win as a coach at Barrington, and so Dundee-Crown, they are 14-13. 8-10 in their conference. They're coming off of a loss to Prairie Ridge, 52-41. And Jared Russell, a shooting guard, broke the school record for most three-pointers in a game, scoring 11 against Crystal Lake Central in January 17th. Can you tell me a little bit about the bracket?
Yeah, so we just saw Hersey beat Buffalo Grove before this game. So the winner of this game will be back here on Friday, 7 p.m., facing Hersey.
Yeah, so I'm excited for today's game. Very highly anticipated game. Do you have any other final thoughts?
Should be interesting to see if the Broncos can control the pace of this game. Obviously, Dundee-Crown will be looking to get revenge after last year. Barrington ended their season on their home court, so it would be cool if Dundee-Crown could end Barrington's season on their home court.
Yeah, and then one more thing is that Jackson Roberts seems to be out for today. A sophomore who got moved up at the beginning of the season and had a huge impact on the team. Just being a sophomore, but still made a huge impact. And, you know, it's going to be tough to see how they can work around that and see, like, what they can do to, like, he had a great point guard role and see what he can do to, like, fill that point guard in.
Yeah, also, that's a huge loss, Mikhail, but I feel like this team has just so much talent they can adjust. We see Sam Weibel, also a sophomore, gets pulled up tonight, so maybe he may get some minutes filling in for Jackson.
Yeah, well, the starting lineup for Barrington looks the same. Starting lineup for Dundee-Crown is Rashid Trice, Jared Russell, Teron Spencer, Anthony Job, and Anthony Spain.
Should be a great matchup. Excited to see what's to come tonight.
All right.
welcome into Barrington High School here. We are very excited to bring to you some IHSA 4A regional playoff basketball here from Barrington High School. This stream is brought to you by Wickstrom Auto Group. Whether you are here to cheer on your favorite team or searching for your next vehicle, Wickstrom Auto Group is here to enhance your experience. They offer an impressive lineup of new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram vehicles, along with a great selection of pre-owned options. Plus, our top-tier service and parts departments have you covered long after your purchase. The Wickstrom Way is our commitment to a seamless, customer-first experience. One person, one price, 1 hour. Stop by and see why Wickstrom Auto Group is a trusted choice in this Barrington community. A big thank you to Wickstrom for making this stream possible. Boys, we've got some great basketball here on tap, and I just want to talk about the starting lineups here. You know, let's get a bit into that.
Yeah, I'm super excited. The starters for Dundee-Crown are Rasheed Trice, Jared Russell, Teron Spencer, Anthony Job, and Anthony Spain.
Yeah, for Barrington, we've got Adam Baird, Oliver Gray, Danny Shackleton, and Chris Thatcher and Bruce LeBlanc. Something to note is that this is a bit of a different lineup that the Broncos are running so far. Ian Tepez was out for the last few games of the regular season, and Jackson Roberts is currently out today. So with Tepez just coming back at full strength, and also with Jackson Roberts out, they're kind of starting a little bit of a new lineup with Shackleton and the starting lineup, so we'll have to see how that plays out.
Agreed. Yes, here we go. We're going to send it down now to the fourth person in our crew, Luciana Pasden. Luciana, I take that back. We don't have the camera set up. Apologies for that. As we get into this game here, boys, I'm excited. I mean, you can feel the energy in this building. We're really looking forward to a great game.
Super excited considering that previous matchup was around this date last year, regional semifinals at Dundee-Crown. Barrington ended this team's season, so Dundee-Crown looking to get the revenge on Barrington.
I really think, gentlemen, the key to this game is going to be intensity. Obviously, the Broncos are the heavy favorite. However, this is a playoff game, and if you lose, you go home. So both teams are going to be playing with that intensity throughout this game.
Agreed. Certainly something to watch here. As, you know, the Broncos come to this game 18-7, way better than Dundee-Crown's 14-13. As there's Chris Thatcher with an early bucket. But, you know, Coach Tucker, I should say, talking about their season this year, you know, he's had success for a while here. This is his 10th straight winning season for the Broncos. He's talking about, you know, how fortunate he has to have the talent that he has at this school. You know, it's a good recipe for success when you've got guys that can play well together and kind of foster that sense of teamwork.
For sure. What really separates this team is their depth, you know. Look at the Schomburg game, Oliver, Adam really didn't have their best games. Guys like Bruce LeBlanc, that's why he's all conference. Steps up, 20 points on the road. They should have guys who can step up.
Agreed.
And this is also a team that has pretty good experience. Obviously, Danny Shackleton and Chris Thatcher, you know, played a lot at Elgin Academy at their former school, so they have good experience there. And Adam Baird is someone who, you know, as a senior, he was getting minutes as a sophomore. Oliver Gray, who's currently a junior, was getting minutes as a freshman. And Bruce LeBlanc also, last year as a junior, got good playoff minutes against very high-quality teams like Stevenson and Frem. So these are guys that have been there before, and they're ready for this moment.
This whole Barrington team has been there the last 6 years. They have not made out. They have not made a sectional since 2019. They always make it out of this regional. So they're seeking their 5th 20-win season in the last 6 years. So very successful program.
Agreed.
For sure, this winning is definitely nothing new to Coach Tucker and the Broncos.
There goes. There's Jared Russell. There's a man to watch for the Dundee-Crown Chargers. As we will send it down here to Luciana Pasden, the fourth person of our crew. Luciana, take it away.
Oliver Gray had achieved his 1,000 points in his high school career. Since then, he recently was announced the MSL West Co Player of the Year. And with Barrington beating Dundee-Crown last year, they are heading into tonight's game with lots of confidence. And as I talked to the head coach Tucker, earlier this week, he mentioned how they are very senior heavy and they need to focus on being patient on offense in tonight's game. That's all I have for now. Sending it back to you guys.
All right, Gianna, for that great insight there. And, you know, I mean, yeah, I can't say it enough. I'm excited for this game. You know, the Chargers looking to kind of get back like you were talking about, having that revenge from last year. And, you know, Jared Russell, number 2 on the Chargers, that's a guy to watch right there, breaking their school record for making 11 threes in a game earlier this season against Crystal Lake Central. You know, that's a guy you got to keep an eye on. Yeah,
he just got a three-point play the old-fashioned way. He's used to doing it behind the three-point line, but the Dundee-Crown will take it. They're out to a 3-2 early lead. It's 4-3 now. Bruce LeBlanc with a nice layup previous play.
As you just saw there, a lot of the Chargers offense is really based off Russell. They're going to set a lot of off-ball screens as well as on-ball screens when they have the ball to try to get them open looks.
So there is Spain down low to Terrion. And that ball nearly stripped by Thatcher. Down low. That is Trice. Rashid Trice, the junior, gets 2 for the Chargers to fall.
Some sloppy defensive mishaps thus far for the Broncos. They're going to have to tighten that up as the game goes on.
So up top to Baird now. Baird shoots the 3 off the back of the iron, and that will tip off of the Chargers, off of Anthony Job right there. And that will stick with the Broncos.
That was some great effort by the Broncos there. Coach Tucker actually said that this Dundee-Crown team plays super well coached and a great hard-nosed defense and rebound extremely well. So the Broncos look to box out and get some offensive rebounds early against this team.
And download to Gus Edstrom there. Edstrom, strong play out to LeBlanc, one of the all-conference selections for the Broncos, along with Oliver Gray, who won MSL West Co-Player of the Year.
Something to note from Coach Tucker, already subbing out Danny Shackleton as he puts Gus Edstrom in. As you can see from Dundee-Crown, they're a bit of an undersized team, so expect for the Broncos to utilize their bigs this game.
Off the front of the rim there, rebound corralled by Russell. The senior will push to the floor. Down low, that is good. That's Anthony Job.
Like you said, Joe, the Broncos look to exploit this Dundee-Crown's height. Their tallest guy appears to be 6'3", maybe 6'4". So Broncos having a 6'5" and 6'7" guy can really help the dominance in the paint.
For sure.
So here is Baird. Oh, deep 3 from Gray. Can't get it to fall. Rebound corralled by the Chargers. Pushing it is Terrion Spencer. And it looks like Rashid Trice grabbing his elbow in pain.
And there's a travel there by number 33.
A travel will be called. Trice is not doing well down there. He is really looking like he's in pain. Can't move his arm as he will get subbed out here. That's Hayden DeMarsh coming in for him.
That's really unfortunate. Dundee-Crown looks to have the momentum early as energy in this building is created by their student section right now, up 7-4. Kind of a shock to the Broncos this early in the game.
For sure, you can really see the intensity that Dundee-Crown's playing with right now. As I was saying, they're definitely the underdog, but obviously in the locker room, they definitely know that they can win this game if they play well. So really good intensity from them so far on the defensive and offensive side of the ball.
So here is Oliver Gray, man who eclipsed 1,000 points in his high school career earlier this year against the Palatine Pirates. Here's LeBlanc out to Thatcher. Thatcher leaves for Gray. My goodness, the Broncos cannot control the ball here in the early going.
They look rattled.
Yeah, they're certainly not used to this aggressive play from the Chargers. Great pass out by Gray. To Baird. Baird drives, kick out to Edstrom in the corner. One more to Thatcher. Fakes the shot. Spinning, Thatcher jump stop, and he will get it to go. Silky smooth from the kid.
Chris Thatcher's been on fire the last couple weeks. Obviously in the season he's averaging just under 10 points per game. That's a little bit misleading considering as he was new to the school, he wasn't playing a ton early in the season. So as of the last few weeks, he's really been catching fire and it's been fun to watch.
Agreed. And Thatcher guy is talking about, he transfers in this year. He knows a few guys from Barrington, but not a whole lot. He's talking about, he met Oliver Gray, and from that point on when they first met, they just gelled. They've been in the gym every single day after that, working to get better, working with each other, and they're just, bringing the best out of each other.
100%. You can see the chemistry they bring to the court every single game. And something to note is Oliver Gray, only a junior. This is actually his 3rd regional he's playing in. Whereas Chris Thatcher didn't see much success in the playoffs at Elgin Academy, but this is actually his 4th regional. So he has the most experience in this game on the court right now.
Here is Baird, top of the 3-point line. LeBlanc tries, stood up. Thatcher fakes a 3. Out to LeBlanc, guarded by DeMarsh. In the corner to T-Paz. Out to LeBlanc, swings to Baird. Baird 4-3. Can't hit it off the back of the rim, and T-Paz tips it out to the Chargers.
Ian T-Paz subs in the game for Gus Edstrom, so they're going to small ball lineup here.
Yeah, Dundee-Crown really not a team that's you would think of as very tall, but a lot of crafty, skillful guys on this roster.
Definitely a quick team.
Oh, so there's a good shove. Anthony Spain, the sophomore, very athletic there. As he gets 2. Chargers out to a 9-6 lead here, something Broncos not used to. They're usually used to kind of controlling the first quarter, so we have 2 minutes to play. LeBlanc now out to Baird. Baird kicks out to Thatcher, 4-3, and that is good. Automatic from right there.
That's that playoff experience coming in. He's got 5 early points.
Chris Tetra so far looks very controlled. He looks like he's in the moment. He's really playing super well so far in this first quarter.
My correction, 7 points. 7 out of the Broncos' 9 he has early.
He is a guy who's really found his stride the second half of this season. Really kind of struggled to find his way onto this team at the beginning of the season, but he has since then really worked hard and gotten his way into the starting lineup. So that floater won't fall.
Just rims out. Good board by Oliver Gray.
I mean, you're talking about playoff experience. This team itself, very senior heavy. 4 of the 5 seniors there's a 3. Can't get it to fall. 4 of the 5 starters are seniors. Coach Tucker talking a bit about it's a luxury to have these veteran players, especially in playoffs. It's despite having so many seniors, they only have 2 returning starters from last year, so a lot of new rotation there as the charge is called under Marsh. But Coach Tucker talking about how important it is to have that experience, and Chris Thatcher is certainly one of those guys with that experience.
Yeah, we talk about how Barrington won at Dundee-Crown by 14 last year, but something to note is we also had Alex Schmitz, Gabe Gakin, and Nick Piper in that game. 3 guys they missed today, as it shows, tie game early. For sure.
So far, Dundee-Crown is really denying Oliver Gray the ball on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, he doesn't have any points so far, and I'm not even sure he has a shot up. So, one thing that Barrington's going to have to do is they're going to have to get offensive production from other guys.
And that's something they've really had this past 10 games. Winning 9 out of the last 10 games, Oliver's been the main option for the defense to shut him down. But look at the Schaumburg game, Bruce having 23 points. Look at the Maine South game. All those games, everybody else stepping up.
Here is Spencer taking the ball up the court. Alone now. Oh, Thatcher, a little ambitious, went for the steal there. There's Spain. Out to Spencer. Spencer will reset. Back out to Malone.
Looks like the Chargers are going to hold for the final shot here.
Smart move.
Yeah, certainly like that. As the student section counts it down for them. Under 10 to go. Malone picks up his dribble. Spain now. Eddie Shackleton dove for it. The shot, it will rims in and out from Job. So close. But at the end of the first quarter, we are tied 9-9 here. Special thank you to Wickstrom Auto Group of Barrington for sponsoring here. It's a real honor to be sponsored by them. Such a great piece of this community. They talk about one price, 1 hour, 1 person, and you'll be out of there with whatever you need. So thank you again for Wickstrom for sponsoring. As boys, what did you see in that first quarter that kind of stuck out to you?
This first quarter really surprised me. Being a tie game, I would never guess this. Looking at the schedules, this team, Dundee-Crown, has struggled with teams like Huntley and Prairie Ridge. These are teams that Barrington dominated. So it's just interesting to me that they're playing with all this energy and momentum. So I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far at Dundee-Crown. How about you, Joe?
Yeah, I think Dundee-Crown's playing with a lot of intensity on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, the Broncos are really struggling right now to get quality shots. I think Oliver Gray hasn't even put up a shot yet, so they're going to have to do a better job of getting better looks, setting off ball screens, and overall just moving the ball more.
Something else I noticed is these Chargers are not letting the Broncos control their pace. They're playing at their own slow pace, and they're finding the right shot. Barrington at times that kind of look rattled and taking these threes that are not really good shots. They're vastly working in the post and get a foul or an and one. And hopefully this second quarter we can see more of that.
Yeah, certainly couldn't agree more. I mean, the first 4 minutes, they really looked, like you said, rattled. They were not ready for this. Dundee-Crown came out really hard, really pushing the ball, playing aggressive defense. And I think the second half there, the last 4 minutes, they kind of settled in a bit. Thatcher hits a big 3, and they kind of are feeling their rhythm a bit here. So this will be exciting to see, what we've got coming up for another quarter.
Something good Barrington has played is not letting Russell shoot any threes. He's had double-digit threes multiple times this season, so not having to attempt a 3 in the first quarter is definitely a win for the Broncos.
Agreed. So here is T-Paz right wing corner. Out to Baird. T-Paz now. In the corner to Thatcher. Thatcher goes down low to Gray. Gray fade away. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Spain.
Not a good offensive possession there for the Broncos. Kind of a forced shot by Oliver Gray there. Again, they're going to really need to get better looks as this game progresses.
As that is tipped, and it will be recovered by Gray. Gray pushing. Gray goes up, and he will get it to fall. Silky smooth touch from the junior.
Forcing turnovers like that is the main thing they're going to have to do this quarter. That Coach Tucker's been on them in the timeout about that. That's just great defensive play by the Broncos leading to an easy score.
There's Jared Russell, a guy that really makes it all go for this Charger team. You know, obviously they got a lot of crafty players, but Jared Russell really just a pure scorer. Scored over 20 multiple times in multiple games throughout the season, so he's definitely one to watch here.
Another thing to watch is that obviously we got Adam Baird guarding Jared Russell here, and obviously he's going to have to stay out of foul trouble because when he's on the court, he's an excellent defender, so he's got to make sure he's on the court so he can guard Russell as best as possible.
That's something he really struggles with, like we've seen the past few games, having 2 to 3 fouls in the first half. They kind of have to sit him. But yeah, like you said, he's great defender, just got to stay out of foul trouble.
Here is Spain now. T-Pez, hand in the cookie jar.
This is a long possession by the Chargers.
And it seems like the Chargers have kind of built their offense around this. Tire out the defense, you know, be patient, look for a good shot. No need to force it.
As Avery said, kind of right after the first quarter, you know, the Chargers are playing their own pace right now. They're slowing it down, they're taking their time, and they're getting as best quality shots as they can.
They're trying to find the crack in the defense. If you look right now, they have by no means the advantage in height. Their tallest guy on the floor is about 6'3", but they definitely have the speed advantage, looking for the cracks in the defense to drive for the hole.
Here's Malone now. Finds Spencer. As the Broncos seem to really be jumping into these passing lanes quite well to start this game out. There's Russell. Thought about the three, but he'll drive instead. Kick out. Three. No good. Air ball. Oh, my. And they call the foul on Shackleton there for an illegal box out.
That's a bad foul. That wasn't even close to going to the hoop. Just kind of a brain fart by Shackleton there.
Yeah. I mean, he's got 3 shots now. That was just a mental mistake, and it looks like LeBlanc might come in here for Shackleton. Tucker going to have a talk with him. Missing the first one is Job.
Definitely some sloppy mistakes here from the Broncos, and they really just got to tighten up again, kind of as this game keeps going, because, you know, really so far they're just kind of giving the Chargers free points here. I mean, that was obviously that shot was airballed, but a late closeout leads to 3 free chances for free throws.
They're lucky to have the lead by 2 right now, but if you look at the bracket going forward, you can't mess up against teams like Friend, Hoffman Estates, Conant, South Elgin, Roy Meadows. Great teams in this bracket. You know, if they're going to struggle against this Dundee-Crown team, it's going to be tough for them the rest of the way out.
Agreed, and you know, the game before this, Hersey took down Buffalo Grove, so
all 3 shots.
Wow, that is unlucky. Guys are talking about Hersey won, beating Buffalo Grove earlier in this regional semifinal. So on Friday, the winner of this game will be playing the Hersey Huskies for the regional championship. And if Barrington wins this, it'll be a matchup of a game that we saw earlier this season, a game that we broadcasted, which ended in a Hersey win. So here's Thatcher down the LeBlanc. There we go.
Beautiful backdoor cut by LeBlanc there.
It's all about patience.
That's what you love to see. LeBlanc, just high basketball IQ. Really able to see the floor and move well.
Bruce has really been hitting his stride in the second half of the season. Obviously, he was all conference. That has to give him a lot of confidence coming into the playoffs.
No doubt. Like you said earlier, Ryan, if the Barrington can get past this gritty Dundee-Crown team, they have a great opportunity in a rematch against Hersey back in their own gym.
There's a kick out. Won't hit for Spain. Pushing it now is Gray. Down to LeBlanc again. One more to Thatcher. Oh, my goodness. You can't draw it up much better than that. And a timeout taken by the Chargers. Broncos up 6 with 4:52 to go.
With that, Chris Thatcher has the same amount of points as Dundee-Crown's whole team. He's been really hot this first quarter and a half.
Massive swing of momentum here for the Broncos. As we're seeing, they're not letting Dundee-Crown get into their set defense. They're getting the ball. They're getting rebounds. They're kicking out to their guards like Oliver Gray and Adam Baird, and they're going to the rim. And they're getting free points on transition here.
Certainly. Tonight's stream proudly brought to you by Wickstrom Auto Group. Whether you're here to cheer on your favorite team or searching for your next vehicle, Wickstrom Auto Group is here to enhance your experience. Offering an impressive lineup of new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram vehicles, along with a great selection of pre-owned options. With top-tier service and parts department to have you covered long after your purchase, the Wickstrom way is the way to go. So 4:52 to go here. You know, what does Dundee-Crown kind of need to do to really shift this momentum back in their favor?
I'd like to see them play with energy like they did in that first quarter, kind of getting the Broncos rattled. They got to get their guy Russell some shots, some three-point shots. No, that's the key to beat this Broncos team, is making three-point shots. We saw that in the Hersey game. It's going to be hard to beat them in the paint, so you got to make the three-point shots.
Yeah, I mean, I think really they got to get back to what they're doing in the first quarter. In the first quarter, I think they were doing a good job setting off-ball screens and attacking the basket. These last couple of possessions, they've kind of been settling for some lazy threes, so they're really going to have to make sure that they're getting to the rim, getting high percentage looks here on offense.
Certainly. As the Broncos up 15-9, like you mentioned, Chris Thatcher scoring the same amount of points as the entire Dundee-Crown team. That just shows how much of an offensive threat he is, and how he kind of makes this offense run for Barrington. You know, they've got Oliver Gray, a guy who's just a pure scorer, but you've also got a great second option in Chris Hatcher, a guy who can knock it down pretty much anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, like Coach Tucker said, he said it's a luxury to have all these veteran players. So this team's record might not be the best, 18-7, but they definitely poised to make a playoff run.
Here is Russell.
Adam Baird doing a great job on Russell so far. He has not gotten any open looks after his first 3 points of the game.
No fouls either yet for him.
3 from Malone, won't go. Rebound by Thatcher. Yet again, we're calling his name. Pushing it quickly is Gray. Transition 3 will fall. His first points of the night. Second points of the night. Great play from Gray there.
That's a great sign for the Broncos. They were up 6 without Oliver Gray even scoring, and now he's probably going to get going with that 3. Great find, great knockdown by Oliver Gray.
Something to watch on the sideline here is Bruce LeBlanc appears maybe to have picked up a little bit of a shoulder injury, so we'll be monitoring that and if he gets back in the game.
And senior Connor Harris checked in, number 3.
That would certainly be a huge loss for this Barrington team to lose LeBlanc, where they're all conference guys. Such a glue guy on that team.
Perfect example to call him that. Like, even if he doesn't score, he does so much for them. Kind of like Adam Baird. Like, he plays great defense, rebounds. He just understands the offense. Really
there you go. Talk about Adam Baird. Gets the steal there. Baird will go up, and he will get it and one. Count the bucket. Adam Baird will go to the line.
Just like that, 11-point game. That's how fast the Broncos can kill you.
I've said it, and I'll say it again. Adam Baird makes winning basketball plays. He's able to lock you up on defense and turn that into easy buckets in transition.
Certainly. And Avery, like you said, not always the biggest scorer. Not always, doing the flashy plays, but he gets it done when it's needed. He'll score when you need. He'll get that pass, that assist. He'll rebound the ball. He plays gritty basketball, and that's what you like to see.
And you need that out of winning teams. We have a luxury of 3 of those guys: Adam Baird, Bruce LeBlanc, Ian Tepez. It's great to have those players who are unselfish and want to win.
Certainly. So that ball will be tipped out, and it will go with the Broncos now. Here's Baird taking the ball up. 11-point lead here for the Broncos. 3:25 to go in the second quarter. Student section in full support. Big Red here to cheer on their team. Here is Tepaz in the corner for Gray. Gray making Spain work. Spin move, spins back, spin again. Out to Baird. Baird goes down low, goes up, and he will get it to fall. Great play by Baird. And another timeout here taken by the Chargers as they are down 13 now. And Avery, like you said earlier, that is just how quick this Barrington offense can get going.
It's fun to see. Like I mentioned earlier, just get in the paint. I mean, this Barrington team is just so strong and tall. It's hard to stop them to get in the paint. So even a play like that, Adam Baird, really smart play, going to the hoop, getting 2 easy points. As
we take a look here, matchup by the numbers, obviously comparing the record and the win percentage to, it's kind of a stark contrast there. Barrington certainly having a better record and win percentage. But if we look at conference record, Dundee-Crown not playing a lot of out-of-conference games. Barrington likes to play those out-of-conference games. So Barrington certainly having the better conference record, but not as many games. And, you look at rankings here, Barrington, number 60 in the state. Dundee-Crown, not even top 250. So there's certainly a disparity in the amount of talent on these 2 teams. And if you look at the average points per game, Barrington known to score points, 61 points.
Something to notice so far is that currently the Broncos have outscored the Chargers 13-0 in this quarter, so obviously they're really doing well so far on both sides of the ball. And I think if they continue to keep this momentum and build up an early lead after the second quarter, we might see this game be over sooner rather than later.
I think that's really their goal is. There's so many playoff games, and they get to win about 6 to make state finals. So you can't get too fatigued in this run. So blowing these teams out in the first half, get the job done, and maybe getting your subs in, would be the best case scenario for the Broncos.
Certainly.
They've been playing hard since basically November, so it's a super long season.
Yeah. And, Chris Thatcher talking earlier this year, they lost the Jacobs Holiday Tournament to Waubonsie Valley, kind of a crushing blow for this team. And he went on to say and talk about how looking at that loss, there was a lot of good to come out of it. The way they handled it, and it gave them a lot of positive outlook for future games. They know how to handle losses because they know not every game's going to go their way. But when they face adversity, they know how to kind of get over that now.
Yeah, like you said earlier, a lot of strong out-of-conference teams that Barrington has played. Even though they want that Waubonsie Valley game back, they lost. they learned a lot from that in games like Friend, Palatine, Conant. They played all those teams. They beat them 1-1. So obviously it sucked to not play in the MSL championship, but they've learned in every game they played.
Yeah, I really like what you guys are saying right now. I mean, I think this is a team that has grown a lot in front of us this season. You know, they took some very bad early season losses to teams like Palatine, the away game against Conant, and also now the conference game against Neuqua Valley, who's below 500. You know, teams that we know that they're better than, but they just couldn't get the job done. So but I think those losses have really helped them learn a lot, and as a result, they're going to be better because of it.
Agreed. It's here's Malone 4-3. Oh my goodness. Nowhere near the basket with that one. Here is Gray. Right wing. Gray looks to drive. Swings the ball out now to Baird. Back to Gray. To Thatcher. Thatcher slashes in, goes up with it, and he'll get it to fall. Tough teardrop for Thatcher.
I love this early aggression by Chris Thatcher. He's fearless this half. He knows he gets the rim every single time. Just super athletic player, super athletic play. He's got 11 points early.
With Dundee-Crown's best player, really trying to focus on Oliver Gray. That, you know, again, that gives matchups to guys like Chris Thatcher and Bruce LeBlanc, who are very strong in offense, and that gives them chances to attack.
As it looks like Dundee-Crown is really trying to get the ball to Russell, but he's just never open. Adam Baird playing some exceptional man-to-man defense on him. As it looks like, you know, Adam is set to man mark Russell the entire night, as we've seen kind of switches throughout the game, but Baird has stayed on Russell this whole time. So great coaching there by Tucker.
Oh, terrible pass there. Like you said, the switch has really flipped, as Barrington has all the energy and momentum now. Like you said, I don't think Dundee-Crown has scored this quarter yet, so they look super confused on offense, and maybe they're not used to playing this caliber of a team like Barrington.
The bench of Dundee-Crown looks completely silent right now as the coaches, you know, looking for answers, but, you know, they've completely lost all momentum this quarter.
So here is Gray near the logo. Gray sizes up Spain. Will drive to the left, goes up, and he will get the bank to go. I mean, really can't draw it up any better. That's just Gray at his best.
For sure. I mean, the Broncos are really going to try to do that on offense. You know, they want to get one-on-one looks for Gray because, you know, he's one of the best scorers in this state.
Kind of a forced shot there by Russell. It kind of looked out of place when he shot that shot.
Certainly, but he's got to get something going here as he's pushing. We'll leave it to Spencer now. Spencer, corner shot, won't go for Joe.
Big box out by Shackleton. Controls the rebound.
Again, with Shackleton being 6'7", he's by far the tallest guy in the court, so with him getting good box outs and getting these rebounds, the Broncos can really control it down low.
Broncos look to hold for this last shot, up 17.
I mean, it's just been an explosion of offense here for the Broncos.
It also appears that the Broncos are going to hold the Chargers scoreless this quarter.
Yeah, that is impressive.
Would never guessed that after the tie, only up by 2 in that first quarter.
So here is Gray, ticking under 10. Gray will drive. Oh, and he lost the ball. Pushing his Trice. Trice will go up, and he will get it to go right before the buzzer. So the Chargers cut the lead to 15 here, but the Broncos still leading by a fair margin as we head into halftime here. Broncos score 26, Chargers 11. And as always, the stream tonight is proudly brought to you by Wickstrom Auto Group. Whether you're here to cheer on your favorite team or searching for your next vehicle, Wickstrom Auto Group is here to enhance your experience. Boys, what did you see in that first half that really stood out to you about the Broncos?
I think really, definitely the sluggish start is something that Tucker's going to get on them tomorrow in practice, but they really just dialed up very nice in the second quarter. They're getting great shots. They got offensive production from guys like Adam Baird, Chris Thatcher, and Oliver Gray got a little bit hot in the second quarter, so really just a great quarter from them, and if they can keep up this intensity in the third quarter, they're going to be able to kind of sub out their guys and just coast from the rest of the game.
Something that really separates this team from past years is the going through adversity, and it's a game of runs, you know. Like we said earlier, the Chargers had all the momentum in the first quarter, and now it's a 15-point hole with Barrington at home, so maybe it's too big of a hole they can dig out, but the Chargers need something in the second half. Like you said, Chris Thatcher having heck of a half, 11 points, Oliver Gray getting hot, then they're 7, so great production for everybody across the board.
Agreed. I mean, you talk about how Thatcher's, this is his 4th playoffs as a varsity starter. I mean, that is that experience right there. That is playoff experience showing you how it's done. As the Broncos are up 26-11 at halftime here. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Are you ready? Set.
Welcome back in, everybody. Barrington High School here. So we take a quick look at some game notes here. I take that back. Our producer is yelling at me to not do that. Anyways, as we come back in here, Broncos with a 15-point lead over the Dundee-Crown Chargers. I mean, it's looking to turn into a blowout.
Couldn't agree more. This hole might be too big for the Chargers to come back from. The Broncos got to put their foot on the pedal, though, this quarter to really make that gap bigger.
For sure, they definitely want to conserve some energy as they could have a big game on Friday, so they got to put the foot down and break it open here and don't look back.
Down low is Spain, and he will lose the ball. Baird fights for it, kicks out to LeBlanc. And what you talked about earlier, LeBlanc looked like he was injured, had gone to the locker room, but he's back.
Yeah, I mean, he does appear to be all good. I don't think it was too major, so that's great news for the Broncos, as LeBlanc is obviously one of the best players on their team, so him being healthy is something they're going to definitely need going down the stretch of the postseason.
We really suck, though, too, considering Jackson Roberts out in this game, and we don't know about his future. So it is tough to be down Jackson Roberts, but good that Bruce is fine. That shoulder. And he scores right there, so I think he's okay.
Good from him, yeah. He seems to be okay.
Tough kid, though. I think he can play through any injury, really.
Yeah. Like we talked about earlier, a glue guy. Really holds his team together. Lineup for the Broncos right now is Adam Baird, Bruce LeBlanc, Danny Shackleton, Oliver Gray, and Chris Thatcher, who's the leading scorer for the Broncos with 11 and the leading scorer overall in the game.
Something to notice is that Broncos have held star player for the Dundee-Crown Chargers, Jared Russell, to only 3 points so far, which is obviously very good for them.
Oh, and he makes the charge. That's what you're talking about, you know, gritty basketball, and that's what you want to have on your team right there. Adam Baird's just really exemplifying that.
Joe, like you said, limiting Russell to 3 points. That's not a three-pointer. That is a three-point play. He's 0 for 1 from 3. A guy who's one of the most streaky shooters in the state.
So here is Baird, the defensive star, taking the ball off the court. As it looks like Dundee-Crown has switched to a bit of a screen while man-marking Oliver Gray. But the ball movement from the Broncos, almost said too good. But right idea. Nonetheless, going down is Trice, and he can't get it to fall. Second one, he will get fouled. Good play there by Trice of the Chargers.
Broncos are going to have to do a good job keeping, taking care of the ball here and limiting the turnovers, because, again, so far, that's been a little bit of a problem for them in the second half here.
Certainly. So the first one is up and will go down.
Yeah, this is the first round of the playoffs. Should be really exciting to see how far the Broncos can make it this year. Got a really good regional on the other side. Rolling Meadows, Palatine, Lake Zurich, Stevenson, a team they could play like they lost last year. Schaumburg, great. But hopefully this team can play with grit like they did 3 years ago and go back to the state semifinals.
Yeah.
That would be really fun to watch.
That would be great. And you want to talk about, going down to state, that 21, there's Gray who got fouled. That 21 team, arguably, you could say probably the best team that this high school has ever produced in terms of basketball. I mean, you have 3 guys go play in college, 1 go D1. I mean, it was a star-studded lineup.
And must I say, that team has quite a bit of parallels to this year's team. That team had, Daniel Hong transfer in late, similar to guys like Chris Thatcher. That team also faced a lot of adversity early in the season with some bad out-of-conference losses, as well as like losses to Hoffman and the game-losing shot to Fremd at an away game, which I remember. So, but they also turned it on the second half of the season, obviously, and the Broncos have also been doing that this year. So, could the Broncos make a return to state? Only time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell.
Joe. I'm about to say that similarities are there. Star point guards, Oliver Gray, Daniel Hahn, lockdown defenders, Adam Baird, Evan Baptiste, and then the big guy, 6'10", Nate Bolt, 6'8", Danny Shackleton, and Will Gzinski, kind of like Oliver Gray, but a lot of similarities. That team also wasn't seen as a state team before the playoffs. Really senior dominant, kind of like this team. So the parallels are there, like you said, Joe. So it should be exciting to see what playoff run could bring.
I mean, that team really didn't put the state on notice until they took down Rolling Meadows in the MSL Conference Championship. It was after that they really turned it on during playoffs. I remember them being here in the stands for their sectional final against Libertyville. They went on to play Glenbrook South, beat them in the sectional semifinal with current Northwestern player Nick Martinelli.
20-point per game scorer in the Big Ten. Beating NBA player is also legit, Cam Christie for the Clippers.
So the Broncos that year faced a ton of talent. There's Russell for 3, and he will get hit by Adam Barrett as Russell goes down.
Tucker and Bear not happy with the call. They're a little bit of a soft call, but Russell does straddle foul there, and he'll have 3 shots at the free throw line.
That year, 2021, was also an interesting year. A lot of talent was on the same teams, not really spread out. If you look at Illinois basketball now, there's so much talent, especially in the suburbs. Like every single team, even a team like Dundee-Crown, you see talent like this guy, number 2, Russell. Every single team has a star and a really good supporting cast, so it's much tougher to have a deep playoff run.
I will say I usually don't chalk it up to coaching battles, but I think Coach Tucker has really won this coaching matchup here. You know, he's just, you know, defensive adjustments, you know, offensive plays, what he's told his guys. I think that's really the main difference between these two teams, because I would argue to say Dundee-Crown has some talent. You know, they play hard physical basketball, but they've just been outcoached by Tucker.
It's no joke of a team. Like you said, having an experienced team starts with an experienced coach.
Good board by T-Paz. He'll go up and he'll get fouled.
Great effort by T-Paz there. But like I was saying, great experience starts with a great experienced coach, and Coach Tucker's been here for a lot of seasons now. Also coached at Loyola Academy, coached Michael Jordan's son at Loyola Academy, so he knows talent when he sees it, and he's very experienced.
For sure. Great play by Ian T-Paz there to get the offensive rebound and then get fouled going up for a shot. I mean, Ian T-Paz is a guy that plays with high intensity. You know, he does the intangibles, he takes charges, he sets screens, he crashes the boards on the offense. So just a really great guy to have on your team, and obviously him recovering from a foot injury early in the season is great, and you know, having him back is going to be huge for the Broncos.
Yeah, certainly. And thank you again to Wickstrom Auto Group of Barrington for sponsoring this stream. We thank them for all that they've done for us. As that board was corralled by Spain, it will be pushed by Spencer. Oh, and that is a thrown away pass. Gray now in transition. Gray nearly had it stolen. Quick hands keeps the ball with him, and he goes up. Oh my, circus shot almost fell for him.
Nothing's a circus shot for Oliver. I've seen it all with him.
Dundee-Crown coach and bench not happy there. Thought there was a travel by Oliver Gray there, but refs saw otherwise, and he'll be at the free throw line for 2.
As that one will fall for Gray. Currently sitting at 9 points. I take that back. That was his 10th point. So second Bronco in double digits here, as we have just about 4 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
You know, we're super lucky to host regional like almost every year. It's super fun to see home team play in front of the home court. It is an advantage though, especially for Barrington. You know, they've lost 2 years in a row now in sectional, so this could kickstart a run for them. Should be excited to see for sure.
Yeah, you want to talk about 2 years ago having a buzzer beater get hit on you on your home court in the sectional semifinal? Heartbreaking. That team, that Libertyville team that beat them, was the same team that they beat to go ahead and win this sectional in 2021 when they went to state. So a bit of revenge for that team.
It's just little stuff like that. It all adds up. Barrington remembers everything. Everything this year, all the guys have experienced from past years too. They remember, and this is where the experience really kicks in for these guys.
So here is Bear to take the ball up.
Not the best quarter here for the Broncos. They're going to have to tighten up offensively and defensively, and again, hopefully blow this game wide open.
There's Baird. Down low to Thatcher. Oh, Thatcher blocked by Trice. Maybe that can get some momentum going for the Chargers. Thatcher, spin move. Oh, that's great. Just can't get it to fall.
The Broncos got to attack the rim more. You know, the Chargers have 4 fouls already, so one more, and the Barrington's in the bonus. So they got to keep being aggressive.
And they saw the foul on the floor there.
Barrington foul. 21 was Thatcher. His first.
So here to inbound here will be Russell for the Chargers. He will get it into Spencer. Elevator screen, no good. Down low to Trice, he'll get it to go.
Great play.
Chargers have cut the lead to 12 here with 3:12 to go in the third.
And Trice having a game, 10 points.
Yeah, he's certainly the man for them. Spencer adding, I take that back, Russell adding 6. Goes down low, Bear can't do it, and it looks like the momentum is starting to swing in favor of the Chargers.
And this is exactly what they needed, just cutting this lead. You're not going to get 15 points in one play. slowly and surely win this quarter. And if they can get this down to 6 by the end of the quarter, it should be interesting. The Broncos got to keep their foot on the pedal here and really get some stops.
Yeah, I mean, the momentum has certainly swung so far as Dundee-Crown has actually outscored Barrington this quarter after not scoring for the entire second quarter. So they're really kind of starting to figure out here, and if they keep up this momentum, we could see a very close game.
So here's Russell, swings it to Spencer. One more. That's Job. Servain gets it back to Spencer. Russell looking to get free. Can't shake Adam Baird. They find DeMarsh. Now to Spain. To Russell in the corner. Russell drives, and it's poked away by Baird. There's that hard-nosed defense that Coach Tucker was talking so much about when we had the chance to meet with him before the game. He was talking about how Dundee-Crown, they've got a lot of talent, and they got to play that hard-nosed defense to really match up with them well.
That's really the reputation of Coach Tucker in Barrington. If you don't play defense, you're not going to play. You could score 20 points a game. If you don't play defense, you're not going to play. That's the bottom line with this team.
Another interesting thing we've seen from Tucker this year is usually he's a guy who has a pretty set lineup of about 6 guys, maybe 7. Never really, as there's a good play by Spencer to cut the lead to 10. Tucker doesn't like to use his bench a lot, but this year we've seen a lot of bench rotation. Maybe that has something to do with how senior heavy this squad is and just how talented they are.
And the Dundee-Crown student section and bench are alive. They've already scored more points than they did in the whole first half this quarter.
Kick out to LeBlanc in the corner, 4-3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound by Baird. He'll go up, and he will get it to go.
That's a big guard.
That is a basketball play right there.
Great job by Adam Baird to get the offensive rebound. Obviously, he has the size advantage over Russell there in the paint, and that's really where Adam Baird shines. A lot of times when you think of a modern-day point guard, now you think of a guy that can really shoot it for 3, but that's not Adam Baird's strength. He's a guy who's great in the post, and he's great at attacking the basket. He's
really a 6'7" player trapped in a 6'3" body. Great post moves for his height.
I mean, we've seen it since freshman ball when Avery and I played with him. I mean, he was always just a solid guy, and he's just really shown that here.
Very physical player. Good defense by Shackleton. Deflection there.
So here's LeBlanc to Gray. Gray, Euro step up and under. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Baird again. Baird goes up and one! Count the bucket. Baird will go to the line. What a great play by Adam Baird. Like you said, a 6'7" player trapped in a 6'3" body. He's just a presence down there under the basket.
For sure, if you saw this guy play and you didn't know his height, you'd probably think he played center. Just the way he crashes the boards, very physical, very strong, and just a massive asset for your team to have that guy, especially as a point guard.
Not only did he get the offensive rebound there, the tail of this game has been patience. You saw him pump fake 2 guys. One guy jumped over him. So patience has been the key to this game for both teams.
And Baird can't complete the 3-point play as Gray with a hustle play. And it will go off of Shackleton, and it will go to the Chargers.
Very athletic play there, but the Chargers managed to hop over that ball. Yeah. Crazy sequence there.
You want to talk about athleticism? It's like watching LeBron play. Now here's a guy. I can't even do it. Here is Spencer to take the ball up the court.
Gus Sedstrom and Connor Harris back in the game.
Little four-point momentum swing there for the Broncos again. Definitely not the core they wanted, but they definitely want to finish strong here down the stretch and ensure that there's, no doubt left in their minds after this game.
So it will be Russell here to inbound for the Chargers. He's their leading scorer on the floor right now as Trice is out. Inbound to Spencer here. It looks like they have taken Baird out of the game, so Connor Harris is man-marking Russell, and they will call him for a hold there.
That's 2 quick fouls by Connor.
I mean, he can't really do much there. Russell, a pretty athletic guy, and I'm surprised he hasn't gotten free more times.
That'll put Dundee-Crown in the bonus, and Jared Russell's definitely not the guy you want at the free throw line if you're the Broncos.
This could kickstart his game, really get him going.
Certainly, and while the Broncos do have a 14-point lead, now a 13-point lead, it certainly doesn't feel that way. I mean, this feels like a 2-possession game. It's pretty tight right now.
I think the switch is starting to flip back to Dundee-Crown, but the thing about being up by 15 at half is you lose the quarter, you're still up by 14. No, Dundee-Crown wins the quarter by 1 point, you're still up by 14, so it's just so frustrating for them to be down by that much at halftime.
Agreed. As we take under 45 seconds to go here, T-Paz takes the ball over the court. Here is Harris, down low to T-Paz. T-Paz looking around, he's got Thatcher in the corner. He will drive, Kicks it out to Harris. Harris corrals. Finds LeBlanc. 30 seconds now. It looks like the Broncos will try to hold for the last shot here, and they will.
That's something that Tucker really likes to do. It's very old school basketball. Obviously, with the new game, you probably think with 30 seconds left, they're gonna maybe go for a 2-for-1. But with no shot clock in Illinois basketball, you'll see teams with 40, 45 seconds left in the quarter hold for that last shot.
And with the introduction of the shot clock next year in IHSA basketball, we will see how that will affect stuff like this. As here is Thatcher, ISO with 5 seconds to go. Spin move, Thatcher, down the LeBlanc. LeBlanc gets it, no shot. They call it charge. Jared Russell stepped in there to take the charge. With 2.4 seconds left here, the Chargers have a chance to cut this lead to 10.
That's a winning play there by Russell, really showing his talent on both sides of the ball his last 2 possessions. That's a winning play right there.
So they get it into Russell. He'll have to force a shot, and he gets it off, and nearly gets it to go off the back of the rim. So the Broncos up 13 points here as we head into the 4th quarter. Welcome back into the booth, everybody. We'd like to say a special thank you to Wickstrom Auto Group of Barrington for bringing you this broadcast. And, boys, I think, like Avery, you said, we've sort of seen a bit of a switch in the momentum here in favor of Dundee-Crown.
Yeah, I think Dundee-Crown did a great job there on defense for sure. I think the Broncos didn't have their best quarter offensively. They were forcing some shots, and they just weren't getting the best looks. And I thought Dundee-Crown did a good job attacking. They were good at getting some fouls, and they got to the free throw line there in the bonus. So definitely a good quarter from them. They won that quarter by I believe 2 points, and they're going to need to keep up this momentum as their season's on the line here if they can't cut this deficit.
Yeah, like I said earlier, being down 15 at halftime really stinks for them. They cut it. They won that quarter by 2. They're still down by 13. So you're gonna have to win this quarter by 13 points to tie the game here. So really a big hole. The Broncos just play smart to win this game. Other than that, they've really shut down Chris Tatchell's quarter. He went scoreless. Oliver Gray, I think he had about 2 or 4 points that quarter. The man for Barrington was Adam Baird. He played with heart this quarter. Really smart winning plays. Also, Russell for Dundee-Crown really showed he's not going to go scoreless against any team.
Certainly is. Tucker telling his guys, keep playing the way you're playing. We've got, we're okay. They're up 13 here. No need to do anything rash. Just keep playing your brand of basketball, and you'll walk out of here with a win and punching your ticket to the regional final. And, that's kind of the memo of this 4th quarter. Don't make silly mistakes that don't need to be made.
This team is definitely resilient, like we've been mentioning all night, going through adversity, but having Bruce LeBlanc be injured has been noticeable this quarter. Jax Roberts being out. This team has dealt with adversity the entire year, and this is something slight for them. They're at home in the first round. They should be fine. But this game really shows you, this Broncos team, how gritty they are.
Certainly. So here we go. 4th quarter. 13-point lead for the Broncos as Dundee-Crown starts with the ball. Russell trying to get open. He will. The 3 is good. And there we go. That's the Jared Russell that we know. A guy who's been able to score 30 points more than once this season. And that is a momentum switcher right there as the game is cut down to 10.
He's got 10 points. First 3 of the game. 10-point game.
He got the T-pass. He will look to answer, and he can't. Board by Spencer.
The Broncos have a 10-point lead. This game really feels like a single-digit possession. It kind of feels like a single possession at this point.
Every possession matters. This is playoff basketball. You gotta love it. Put your body on the line for your team.
So here's Russell trying to get open again. He can't. He has absolutely no room to breathe there, having to push off of Baird. Going down is spinning. He'll get it to fall. 8-point lead now for the Broncos. The Chargers chipping away.
In order for the Chargers to win this game, they're going to need other people to make plays besides Russell. We've seen Trice do that, and that was a great play there. Everybody else has to step up. This is a big opportunity for the Chargers.
So here is Baird. We'll find Thatcher, a guy who's really been their man today. Oliver Gray, not that he's having a quiet game. 11 points is not a quiet game, but, usually we see him doing a lot more and being more of an impact. Here is Gray. Into the corner for T-pass. Down low to Thatcher. Thatcher, guarding. He will lose the ball.
Let me say, number 3, Malone, Dundee-Crown, appears to be 5'9" or 5'10".
Here is Spencer.
Excellent job on Chris
He's
Thatcher.
for Russell. Russell back down low to Spencer. Spencer goes up with it, and he'll Oh, rims in and out and a foul call. They call 2 shots. He will be going line for 2 shots. That is on. It looks to be Bruce LeBlanc of the Broncos.
A disastrous start for the quarter here for the Broncos, as all the momentum is completely swinging to the Dundee-Crown Chargers here, as they have the potential, if with these free throws, to cut the deficit to 6.
This is the worst case scenario, as Bruce LeBlanc has 3 fouls. Something to note there. 6 points for him, 3 fouls, not looking good. That's a great take by number 11, Teron Spencer, as he is.
So he gets it to fall. Lead now cut to 7.
Get a little bit nervous here.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. There has been a complete momentum switch from the Broncos to the Chargers.
You can really feel, the energy completely shift in the building here, as the Broncos student section has fallen nearly silent as the lead has been cut to 7.
Here's Thatcher down to Gray. Gray surveying. Nearly got doubled. Still with the ball, we'll find T-Paz. T-Paz up to LeBlanc.
And this is their tempo. Just play slow. Don't let this team speed you up.
Agreed. Play your style of basketball. Kick out to Thatcher. Oh, thought about the 3. We know he wanted it. Back to Baird. Under 5:30 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Expect to start seeing longer, possessions here for the Broncos. They're going to hold the ball and only take a shot if it's a very good look.
In the corner for T-Paz now. T-Paz drives. Kick out to LeBlanc.
Trying to stall the clock here. Smart move.
You love to see it. And it's stuff like this that people argue in favor of the shot clock in high school basketball.
Got to take advantage of the rule book, though, right now.
As there is Thatcher, who will get it to fall. Thatcher flexes after that one. The cameras were on him.
Great take by there with Chris Thatcher. He's been a little bit quiet in the second half here, but that's a big-time play to cut the momentum by the Chargers.
So here is DeMarsh. Now to Spencer.
They need some quick offense here. Quick scores. Down 9. Barrington had a big guy in the game in a while. They looked small ball lineup.
I mean, they really don't have to against this small Dundee-Crown team, Tallest guy being 6'3". They can certainly counter that with a small ball lineup.
That's Adam Baird's 3rd foul there, guarding Russell.
Tucker appears, however, though, to keep Adam there in the game, which is something that I don't think he's been doing too much in the game. Usually if Adam's in foul trouble, take him out. But again, this is a playoff game, and he knows that he's willing to take that risk to keep one of their best defenders in the game.
Agreed.
Well said. Other than Oliver Gray, Barrington has an all-senior lineup right now, so he really needs this experience down the line to show.
Here is Spencer for the Chargers. Swings it around, and it's Spain, the sophomore. Oh, great steal by Baird there. Baird will go up and it will go down. There's 2 points for Adam Baird. Baird's having a great game. He's in double digits as well. That's his 10th of the night.
I guess it's good move to keep him in the game. What do you think, boys?
For sure. I mean, that's a big-time play, turn defense to offense, and again, at this point, these last 2 possessions, the momentum has completely shifted back to the Broncos.
So 3 of the Broncos now in double digits. That's Baird, Gray, and Thatcher. And there's a steal by Gray. Gray will push. Gray all the way, still somehow with the ball. And there he lost it. And it will be a foul called on the Chargers. Looked like Oliver Gray went flying into Malone, but
interesting sequence.
Referee
there.
thought otherwise.
Bit of a bizarre sequence there, but somehow the Broncos maintained possession of the ball.
I mean, it seems like the ball just sticks to Gray's hands. It's hilarious.
Such good of a ball handler, especially for his size, 6'6", 6'7".
So 3:23 to go here in the 4th quarter. Broncos with an 11-point lead. Neither team in the bonus right now. Broncos do have the possession arrow. Broncos with 4 timeouts left. Chargers with 3. 3 of the Broncos players in double digits. Leading scorer is Chris Thatcher with 13. He leads the game as well. Chargers only having 1 player in double digits right now. That is Jared Russell, their shooter. And I have to give it to Adam Baird. He's done a great job at marking Russell all night long.
Yeah, he hasn't really scored double digits that often this year, at least not recently. So it's really nice to see him getting double digits as well as playing great defense this game. It really shows his experience not only this year, but also from last year's game, regional game. So really impressed by Adam Baird this game so far.
Agreed. Tonight's stream is proudly brought to you by Wickstrom Auto Group. 1 person, 1 price, 1 hour. See why Wickstrom Auto Group is a trusted choice in the Barrington community. What do you think, the Chargers are talking about in that huddle right now? What do you think they're saying?
For the Chargers right now, I think the message simple. It's do or die. You're down 11 points. You've got 3.5 minutes to go. Your season's over. You can't cut the deficits. They're going to be really throwing everything at the Broncos here. I think they're probably going to transition to a full court press. They're going to try to get quick baskets, and they're going to try to apply all pressure they can on this Barrington side.
Agreed. I really think we'll see the most effort out of the Chargers these last 3 minutes. So they're really, like you said, fighting for their lives here. And being someone who's been on the losing end of one of these games, it's not fun. So they're going to give everything they have here to make sure that they can get back into this game and, tie it up or take a win.
Especially for the seniors, a lot of emotions these last 3 minutes as their basketball career comes to an end. You're going to see a lot of grit these last 3 minutes. They're playing more than a game right now.
There also are 3 starters for Dundee-Crown that are all seniors, so, they could be playing their final 3 minutes of their basketball career if they can't, get a little run going here.
T-Paz controls the ball. Barrington looks to stall some clock here. Smart move up 11.
Right now he's the leading scorer. If he stays the leading scorer.
Everyone on the court right now for the Broncos can handle the ball pretty well. It's good to have that.
For sure, going definitely with a little bit of a small ball lineup here, not having Gus Edstrom or Danny Shackleton in the game.
Great move by Gray. Wow, makes it look easy.
Just a fantastic finish by him, and then almost gets the steal on defense. Oliver Gray, you really can tell right now he wants it. He obviously just for everything for his team, for his future, he wants to make a good run in the postseason and cement his name in the history books of Illinois basketball.
Yeah, only a junior 1,000-point score already, but like you said, he wants more. He wants more than that. It'd be nice to have a state run to your name for next year, so he wants to get a lot of momentum for next year, and great player. It's been fun to watch him this year.
I also think it's fun to see kind of the trust that Coach Tucker and the rest of the Broncos offense has in Gray. Obviously, that was a little bit of an audacious take there, and he took on 2 defenders, flipped it off the outside of the glass, but, they know for him, no shot for Oliver Gray is a low percentage shot, and it really showed there. The
trust has really been there since his freshman year. Coming off the bench, super rare for freshmen to play in this Barrington program, but I believe he had 8 threes in the game, so ever since then, the trust has been there. And loose ball. Possession looks to be to Barrington. Great effort there. Appears to be Oliver Gray again, like you said. 2 minutes down the line, he really wants this game. We talk about these seniors, a lot of emotion, but Oliver Gray, best player on the floor, and it's really showing these last 2 minutes.
For sure, and for the Broncos, I think the model for them right now has kind of been survive in advance. Obviously, they're going to come out of this game and not being super pleased that they play. They made some sloppy mistakes kind of in the third and fourth quarter, but at the end of the day, it's looking like they're most likely going to win this game, and they're going to be facing a very talented Hersey team in the regional final, and that they're going to want revenge, so it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, well said. Dundee-Crown looks to push it here. Oh, looks to be a goaltend. Kind of a stupid play there by Thatcher. That was not going to go in. Just kind of a late block there. But like you said earlier, not a pretty win. Win by 13. Good win. You could probably win by 20 or more, but it's not flashy, but gets the job done. You want to, like you said, survive and advance. So if you can win every game by 1 point, you're going to take it.
For sure. The next round, it doesn't matter if they win by 50 or they win by 1. They got the job done here, and that's all that matters.
A win's a win no matter what.
For sure.
Barrington kind of having some trouble getting the ball in, throwing a full court pass there. And the foul appears to be on Rasheed Trice, his first foul.
Broncos are going to enter the bonus here with Oliver Gray at the line for 2.
And being up 11, it's good because this team's still going to foul you. It still gives you like that late game scenario. So you got to close this game, make your free throws. You have a comfortable lead here, but this definitely prepares you for the future when you're maybe even down. So closing these games is really, really crucial for this Bronco team.
I think that's a really good point from Avery. Obviously as the rounds progress, the teams only get better and better. If Barrington can hold the win here, they're going to be playing Hersey in the next round. Hersey's 21-6. They're ranked top 30 in the state, and they're a very good team. And they're going to have to play nearly mistake-free basketball if they want to make it out of this regional.
We like to talk about the 2022 team, and the thing that really separated them was they make free throws. They would go down the stretch, they'd make 10 out of 10 free throws in the last 5 minutes of the game. That really adds up those points. Like we said earlier, win by 1 point. How many free throws did you miss? The other team miss. How many turnovers did they have? so many of these games are winnable, which comes down to little things like that.
I even remember myself in the Glenbrook South Super Sectional back in, I believe, 2022 when I was a freshman. You know, watching Nick Bournay have ice in his veins and seal that game at the free throw line, it was something special. And again, that's what good teams do. Good teams make their free throws, and good teams close out ball games.
And he was by no means a superstar, but that's why he was a starter, because he does little things like that.
Kind of a lot like Adam Barry, you know, not a superstar, but he gets the job done.
Ooh.
Close play there. This Broncos up 11 with 1:13 here to go.
You can see the desperation here from the Chargers as they're starting to get scrappy on defense, trying to go for steals because they're going to need it down 11.
Agreed. This is where the emotion comes out.
They got to go for a quick steal. If they don't get it, foul right away. Not much time left in this game.
Cross-court pass to T-Paz.
They got a foul.
They've got a foul or trap here. I don't know what they're doing.
Too much time.
Oh, and he loses the ball.
I was about to say,
for the Chargers.
Broncos, if you take care of the ball,
Spencer
you win
pushing,
this
goes
game.
down low to Trice. Oh, he sells the layup. LeBlanc ahead of Thatcher.
Costly mistake there for the Chargers. They could have cut the lead to 9
They need 3 more fouls to give, so you got to get these fouls quick.
That was a unlucky play by Trice. I mean, he had a chance to make this a single-digit game and just blew the layup.
I think he was too open there. He wasn't used to it this game. Being hounded by all these tall and physical players, you know, it really throws you off when you're actually open.
Had Oliver Gray trailing him for the block there. I think he kind of just rushed that layup, and as a result, went right off the glass, didn't even hit the rim.
I mean, the Nerds will get to you here. 50 seconds to go here as the Chargers take their second timeout, I should say.
They have 2 left. Broncos have 4 timeouts.
So certainly something to watch, as we want to say thank you to Wickstrom Auto Group for sponsoring tonight's stream. They offer an impressive lineup of Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram vehicles, along with a great selection of pre-owned options as well. With top-tier service and a parts department to have you covered long after your purchase, the Wickstrom way is the way to go. What do you think Tucker is telling his guys right now in the huddle?
Just be smart with the basketball. You're up by 11. Crazy stuff, comebacks have happened before. Just hold the ball. Nothing stupid. You have 4 timeouts, so everyone on the court is capable of handling the ball and knocking down free throws. So you're in control of this game. Just don't be stupid.
Okay, I really just got to reiterate what Avery said. You know, take care of the basketball. If you don't turn the ball over, they're going to foul you, and you're going to have a chance to put this game away with free throws. So no costly turnovers and play smart, controlled basketball.
So inbound here to Gray. They get it in. The trap goes. Oh, and they get it to LeBlanc. LeBlanc made a man jump. As he will be fouled. LeBlanc with a big smile on his face.
Probably should have shot the layup, but he's going to get it the top away at free throws.
No, they'll be inbounding it here. They call it on the floor.
They can run more clock then.
So in comes DeMarsh. All the Chargers on the floor now with 2 or 3 fouls. Inbound to Gray. And he will be hounded by Spain. They've got to foul or do something here. They're losing time. So trap comes a little late. They get into Gray, and
close one.
Foul called there. Steal nearly caused by Spain.
Dundee-Crown foul for 33.
Looks like that foul will put the Broncos in the bonus. And again, if Oliver Gray can make these free throws, it's ball game.
Yeah.
And this is the best way to simulate late game scenarios. Got to knock it down.
So Gray with 13 on the game so far. One of 3 Broncos in double digits in terms of scoring, as he will look to add to that lead. First one is missed. Uncharacteristic of him. But he's got one more.
It's different, the playoffs. Different energy. Different nerves.
And, you know, he's been here before. A guy who was a freshman on varsity. He's been in this spot. Oh, and he misses both. Really, unlike Gray. As Trice will push it now. They've got to get a shot or get something here. Spencer with the mid-range J. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Gray to LeBlanc. LeBlanc will be fouled, and he will go to the free throw line. I mean, Dundee-Crown, if they wanted any chance, they really had to capitalize on that.
They had to capitalize on that layup, too. Like you said, would have cut it to single digits. Oliver Gray missing both layups. It's little things like this that win you playoff games.
I mean, you make those 2 shots, you're down 7 instead of down 11. And, you know, being down 7 points with 23 seconds to go is a lot different than being down 11. So that free throw there might have sealed the game as Broncos extend their lead to 12. As here comes Job, and number 4 for the Chargers, that's Mitchell Ellsworth, the senior. Got some cheers from the student section there. as it will rim in and out for LeBlanc.
Down 12 points is absolute desperation.
As here is
for the
Russell.
Chargers.
Russell
Allen will
takes
take
the
a
three.
Doesn't get
Rims
to
in
go.
and out. Rebound by Thatcher. Thatcher will hold the ball. Still with him. Down to LeBlanc. LeBlanc ahead to Gray as the time will expire. The Barrington Broncos take down the Dundee-Crown Chargers by a score of 43-31 to punch their ticket to the regional final this Friday against the Hersey Huskies, a matchup that we're surely looking forward to, boys.
Yep, for sure. Really exciting game. Really shows you how experienced this Bronco team is. Dundee-Crown kind of had us there in the third quarter. Got kind of close. I think it got to 6. But Barrington really executed and closed this game super well. And like I said earlier, this really simulates late game scenarios. So I don't think this is it for the Broncos. Should be excited to see how Friday goes back here at 7 p.m. against Hersey.
Yeah,
really
certainly.
great game by the Broncos there. I mean, they faced adversity. This definitely isn't a performance that they're super proud of, but at the end of the day, they accomplished a goal. They survived and advanced. You know, they hit shots when they needed to. They got stops when they needed to, and they're going to need to play a little bit better Friday against a very strong Hersey opponent, but I have confidence that they're going to do that.
Yeah, like you said before, Barrington has lost the last 3 years in sectional, so it would be nice for this team to make a late playoff run, and this really kickstarts it. Just get the job done. There's no cupcakes in Illinois. There's no cupcakes in this state playoffs. So great win by the Broncos. Excited to see what's to come.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, this Dundee-Crown team obviously had a lot of talent. Some really good shooters like Jared Russell, and obviously other guys that can make you hurt, as you saw in the game, like Terrion Spencer and Anthony Spain. So they're a talented team. They're well coached, and they're also physical. But I think the Broncos overall just did a good job of kind of limiting guys like Russell's production. And obviously they held Dundee-Crown to under 40 points. So on the defensive side of the ball, I think they did a pretty solid job. And that's going to be something they're going to need to do against Hersey. Hersey's got a lot of really good scores, and they're going to definitely have to limit Hersey's offensive side of the ball if they want to win.
Yeah, your chance to win against this Dundee-Crown team goes up significantly, allowing Russell only 1 3-pointer this whole game. He's just having 9, 10, 11 threes in the game, so only having 1 is great for them.
Yeah.
What's up? We're going to set it down to Luciana Pez, and then she talks to Chris Thatcher now.
Hello guys, I am here with Chris Thatcher. Chris, what does it mean to be able to win like this on your home court with your senior team?
It's very special, man. We've been building towards this since the start of the season. We've lost many players due to injury. Coming in, we all have a similar goal of getting to the finals, getting that regional championship even further. It's exciting to see everyone what we can do in the regional final against Hersey on Friday.
Me talk about bracket?
Both will.
You heard it from him.
I'll start it off.
So, you guys play Hersey this Friday, having lost to them earlier this season. What do you need to do to get a win this time around?
We let up a lot of easy shots by them. We made a lot of mistakes the first time, but we're gonna capitalize on those, make sure those never happen again, and we're gonna be ready. We're gonna be ready.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're back, and like you said earlier, a lot of emotions in this game. Both teams have a lot of seniors, so it's a different kind of atmosphere here at Barrington in the playoffs. We've seen both sides of the sport. A lot of emotions Dundee-Crown after this game, but Barrington's got to play with heart against Hersey here, a team they lost earlier in the season, a really tough loss. Close game the entire time, but they look to get revenge against a really good Hersey team.
Yeah, I think definitely from here on out, it's going to be really tough. The Broncos are going to be playing really good opponents. They're going to have to play Hersey next game, who again, I think with tonight's win against Buffalo Grove, I believe they moved to 22-6. It's obviously a very strong record, and if they win that game, they're going to have to face whoever wins the Larkin Regional, which most likely will be Friend. A team who I think is 23-4, and obviously won the MSL West. So it's going to be super exciting to see what happens. But this is Joe Bergenzer and Avery Erickson here. We're going to sign out for you guys. Thank you for everyone who tuned into the live. Great win by Barrington here, and tune back in Friday. I believe it's 7:30 p.m. to watch the Broncos take on the Hersey Huskies in the regional final.